And we're back.
And we're back. This is an interesting spot for us. Oh, by the way, Silas Bell, Giovanni Alde, Austin. This is a very interesting spot for us because this is where we tried to do our first camera recorded podcast, and it failed miserably. Thank you.
Yeah. So we did our 2 Bigfoot ones, and then the one directly after we tried at this exact spot.
Yeah.
It was like over the summer 2023, I think.
Nice spot.
It was a great spot. It's a lake in Covington.
Not as cool as that other lake we're at in the middle of nowhere.
It's true. True.
What lake?
Oh, you're the one in the middle of nowhere?
I'm so lost.
Where the Christmas podcast was?
Oh, yeah, I recall
The one in the middle
that
of nowhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, totally middle of nowhere.
Totally.
But yeah, so we came here and we tried it, and we were still like in our very like early phases of podcasting.
Infantile.
So we kind of like did not know a lot of shit. One thing that we did not have was we didn't have a dead cat. So right now it's windy as well. It was just blowing not the entire time, but a large majority of the time. And also, my laptop used to fall asleep after like 5 minutes, so I'd have to like reawake it. And so one time I didn't, and when you don't awake it and it's still recording, like it consolidates all of the audio into like, I don't know, a fraction of what it really is. So it's like talking normal conversation, then it jumps to another part, and then and then it jumps to another part. I don't know why, but we no longer have that issue where I have to constantly be on the lookout for my laptop and like reawakening it. So now we actually have like normal podcasts and good audio quality, and yeah. So that was before we even like split the podcast into different things. Remember, because we used to do the album reviews and then talk about something random. Now we got midnight snacks, we got album reviews, hopefully, and then the normal podcast now.
And our documentaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually where we did the first album review too, technically, because we did
Yeah. So
we did,
we're about to re-record another album again.
Maybe depends. We're gonna see.
This is eating him alive right now.
It is. I think we have it recorded, so maybe I'll just briefly repeat it myself. But we recorded a Dave Matthews Band soundbite, and I don't remember if it's on my laptop yet. To like if it's being edited or is it on there yet? And if it's not, then it was on that SD card that I just told Silas to delete it off of. So we'll see what happens.
It'll be our first Zoom podcast if that's the case. Then.
Yeah, and in that case, look, I don't know how we're gonna do timeline. I don't care. Just know that if you watch a Dave Matthews podcast soundbite on Zoom, just know we've repeated ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be a little bit less.
Man, that fucking sucks.
It does.
Our initial reactions were really good, and like that Talia Hall review, it was not the best because it looks like we already knew everything, and we did. Yeah. Because we reviewed it here, and then we just basically just reiterated it.
So I guess.
Yeah. What's up with the cup?
Oh, first off.
Yeah, man. You can't just leave him. You can't leave him out, Austin. Tell him.
So last time we left off, I didn't have my cup.
Last time we left off, he said he lost his cup, and then he found it.
No. What? Yeah.
His Georgia cup, by the way, if y'all don't know.
Yeah.
They know.
He found it.
They know. So I decided, because of all of that, and all of the wear and tear that has been dealt, that I thought it's time to retire it. So now it's on my shelf, with all my other Georgia propaganda. And so now I've replaced it with, I call it the lighthouse. Or, sorry, the lantern. Because you hold it like that.
You should have gotten a Walla.
Oh, you got a Stanley?
It's a Stanley, man.
He should have gotten an Awala.
I don't know what that is.
That's the new one.
Oh,
It's the new fad.
The Stanley's old school now?
The Stanley's old school now.
Let me show you how it works.
Children being killed. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, the lantern. You'll start seeing it in videos.
Yeah,
very cool.
Okay, cool. Speaking about Austin, I guess I'll start off our first topic of the day.
Oh, is it about me?
It is about you.
It is about you.
So,
what?
around the fall season starting, Austin secludes himself every Saturday
Every Saturday.
to watch football.
What is today?
Today is Saturday.
Oh, okay.
We had to fight tooth and
No, you
nail to get him out of the house. We had to compromise.
He was
I had
like,
to break.
"You guys better be here at 5 a.m. so that I don't miss my."
No, that's not true.
No, yeah, that's true.
That's
All right.
not true.
That's not true.
But anyways, me and Gio were talking about this last Saturday, at the time of this being recorded.
Yep.
And we were thinking about the term parasocial relationships and Austin's disinterest in parasocial relationships.
Yeah, you be hating.
And it's very interesting to think
Well,
that you have a parasocial relationship with football, specifically the team Georgia.
Yes.
They don't know who you are, but you know everything about them.
no, I don't want to say everything, but you know,
I would say
don't think.
everything.
Do you know every single player?
Yeah, I could probably name you the roster right now. I could probably
Okay,
get to
never
90, 95%.
Oh, okay,
And
cool.
I don't know if I could get it 100%, but I think I could get it probably 90, 95.
so
Yeah.
you consider yourself to have a parasocial relationship, or where do you draw the difference? Pretty much asking.
I mean, I don't exactly know the definition of parasocial relationship
I don't
and where it becomes a
Obsession.
team or like what's like is a parasocial relationship only relationshipy? Can it be inanimate objects? Because technically it is an inanimate object because I'm watching it through the TV. It's not like I can hold it or talk
Yeah.
to it or anything like that. But probably yeah, it's probably a parasocial relationship. I would assume.
Because we noticed, we were like, you know, if Austin's team loses today,
It ruins his mood.
ruins
for the
his week.
upcoming mood.
It does. Yeah, they're playing Kentucky. If they lose to Kentucky, it's gonna be a
is
problem.
Kentucky good?
No,
Oh, okay.
not at all.
Who are they gonna lose to this season?
I mean, Texas, there's an opportunity there. They go at Texas. That's a tough game.
The Longhorns.
The Longhorns.
Oh my God,
We
they're
go
so
to
good. They're
at
so good.
Alabama here in a couple weeks, which is scary.
Roll Tide?
Roll Tide.
Oh, what?
Um,
Clip it. He doesn't have his cup again.
Um,
Can't prove it.
a lot of people are saying Ole Miss, but I don't think Ole Miss is not very good. They haven't beaten anybody that's any good for years now.
It's fun to hold.
The Lane Kiffin era of Ole Miss has been you lose to anyone that's better than you, and that's it. So I don't think they're going to beat us, but I guess technically could.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Kirby Smart also has that ability, which, I mean, Nick Saban was probably the only coach that never really dealt with this. But like, you could just lose to a South Carolina one Saturday, because Kirby's done that in his past. The only guy that I've never really seen that happen is Saban, and it has happened to him. I mean, there was a couple of Miss games. Yeah, but I mean, that's just the point. Is like, football I love. That's my
I
point.
love how we call it out that it's a parasocial relationship, and he starts just ranting about it. He just goes off on the defense. Anyways, so this is why I love.
No, I didn't go on the defense.
No, the deep
I'm-
end.
So he said,
Deep
yeah,
end.
it is a parasocial.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm about to defend it even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
I'm agreeing with
you.
you.
Call it out so often. Where does it become? Why do you just?
I call out parasocial relationships. is
You
what
have
you're saying?
before.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're.
Yeah, on social media, you're quite staunchly against social media and then parasocial relationships. We talked
Yeah.
about this in my backyard podcast.
Yeah.
You're like,
Um,
yeah, I think
so
it's
why-
weird, but if it's black men, that's the exception.
Yeah. So basically, we are
Some of
trying
football,
to
by the
understand.
way.
We are trying to understand why do you get an exception and you don't
No,
criticize
not
yourself.
just
No.
Austin. No, not just Austin.
But the whole concept.
I'm
as a
talking
whole.
about the whole concept of like people literally like Messi fans and Ronaldo fans
Mm-hmm.
like, and then just sports in general like, because me and Silas aren't really into sports very much. Like we're just like
But
cool,
y'all
like,
have parasocial relationships with stuff. Maybe not as detailed and as layered as mine, but like you religiously watch your anime episodes. Would that not be considered? Because
I
you know
guess-
everything about it. You keep
No,
up with the
definitely not.
updates.
I guess if you want to consider like a genre.
Well,
like
I'm
an
asking more like
entity,
where
then
what's
sure,
the
yeah,
what's the line?
parasocial.
What is it? Because either everything's a
one thing.
parasocial or a few things.
Well,
I'd probably say like if it involves real people.
Mm-hmm.
It
I'd
can also
say that
involve
is-
fictional people.
But would you not call like the writers and the animators and all that real people? Because you're watching something that they've created.
Well, no.
Yeah.
The reason we're calling it a parasocial relationship is because it's one entity. It's mostly the Georgia team.
yeah,
Like,
but
you have
that's
others
several
you like.
hundred people involved. That's not one person.
It's mostly the players though, and the coach.
Sure, okay.
Mostly the coach though.
But that is then no, it's not most of the coach. No, it's not mostly the coach. It's about those 85 players that are on the roster.
You think you can
85.
name 80 out of the 85 players?
Well, there's actually 110 if you want to count walk-ons, but no. But my point is that like the players do more than the coaches. The coach just gets them on the team. But once you're like in the game, like it's about the players. It's about the play.
So
it is about coaching, but there's players mean more than the coaching does to me. Players make plays. That's the whole point.
So, for the anime, right? You said the writers and stuff. So it's multiple people, and then football is also multiple people.
Yeah.
So you would have to consider them both a parasocial relationship or not.
Yeah.
So either you consider
so it's either
everything
everything's parasocial or nothing.
Everything basically that is on social media and includes at least one or more people.
Yeah.
Is a parasocial relationship if you allow it to like affect your mood for
Exactly.
more than like
That's the difference between
more
us
than like
and you.
more than like a day. I'd probably
And that
say.
I won't argue. I'm just saying that everyone.
It just matters more to
like-
him than me. Like I
Yeah.
can watch an anime and be like, oh man, that was sad. Anyways,
Like, for
I'm gonna
example,
go fucking eat.
Black
Essentially.
Clover, the main character in Black Clover dies. You'll be like, oh man, that sucks.
Well, haven't
Okay,
y'all
it's
talked about
okay.
like tearing up and stuff? Like y'all.
I mean,
Yeah, but then that's like
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
That's with anything. So if
Yeah.
I watch a movie and get
Yeah,
invested
movies
in the
a great
movie,
example. Is what shows a great example.
yeah, if
Yeah.
I like watch a TV
Ricky
show or watch a
Gervais.
movie where
Yeah.
I start to tear up, does that then make a parasocial relationship? And if I can
Well, I
acknowledge
think,
that
like-
it's sad that it's a moving
Well, I think what we
concept
said
of
about
work,
it being a parasocial relationship is everything is. It's just there's levels to it.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I think everything is, but
Yeah.
the ones that we kind of like denounce are the ones that are like more extreme, like
Yeah.
people like sleeping with body pillows of like fucking streamers or like
Yeah.
inanimate objects. Those are like more extreme.
Yeah. So
Yours isn't nearly as extreme because you're not
Yeah.
like fucking. You don't got a body pillow, Kirby Smart. At least I don't think so.
it's on the way.
You do have
but
a cup.
it does affect you in your mood.
Yes.
Like whenever what was it? UGA lost to Bama for a week. You were like, I'm not a football fan.
I was
I'm
not.
a football fan."
You did not want to talk to us for that week. I'm gonna be so
No.
honest.
I wouldn't say that.
No.
He was just sad.
I was
It's
just
just
generally sad. But I
It's
think
just crazy to me. 'cause
I
you-
think to the argument that they're making, yes, I would agree that I have a more extreme parasocial relationship than anything that they have, or at least anything that they're aware that they have. But I think the point is that
hit my knee.
nice.
Okay. Keep
Um,
going.
but I think the point is the point that I'm making is it's extreme. Yes. Does it?
Is it?
Is it
bad?
more? Is it?
No.
To me, well, the argument is, I guess the thing is like, are you okay with being sad week to week? And the answer is no.
That's such like a
Cop out answer.
no.
No, that's not a
like
cop-out.
a real answer.
Yeah.
Like Austin's going, am I willing to be depressed for a week?
To feel the
Yeah.
highs of every week. Yeah.
That's I love that answer. He's
Yeah.
like,
That's
awesome.
that's such a crazy answer.
And I would say that I do.
That's
Now
funny.
the thing about like me hating on social media parasocial relationships is because you're stalking a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I am not stalking Kirby Smart. I'm not stalking the team. I'm not following the team bus around. I don't even go to games. Some of that's due to budget, whatever.
Well,
If
he's
you
like,
could,
he's like, if I could, I would.
If I could, I would. I'd
If
stand
I
right
could
next to
if-
Kirby.
If I could sneak into their bus,
I would.
But I don't.
if I could spend a night with Kirby Smart in his bed,
I would.
would.
but no,
Budget's the only thing holding
budget.
back.
But no, I'm just saying that, like, yes, mine is an extreme. Is it, to the outside looking in, is it worse for my health, although I don't really want to call it health, but health.
Health for a week.
Yeah.
Mental.
Emotional.
Yeah,
health for a week.
yeah. Does it seem more as negative or positive to the outside looking in? Probably more negative, and I would agree with that. But I think that I'm just personally willing to deal with the highs than the lows. And also, we're really, really good. So there's not that many lows. There's not that many lows.
But that just makes it so when there is a low, it's so much fun.
yes,
sucks.
yes, it does.
You quit being a fan of football for
Yeah, I
a
did.
week last year.
I did.
Last time they lost.
I barely watched the NFL that week
No,
because
no.
it came on the the
I
next
barely
day.
watched. I, still
I
watched
barely.
It, but I barely.
Well, I watched the
it.
Falcons lose, but
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, who,
That's where
who'd
your
they go
lows come
against?
in at.
that week,
Yeah.
Georgia or Falcons?
Falcons.
Fucking knows. Probably the Saints. They lose every time to the fucking Saints. I fucking hate the Saints. Anyway,
You know, I think it balances out.
Yeah,
You're-
you got a
you're
good
friends
team
with-
and you got a
you're
bad
friends-
team.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
you're-
I only care about Georgia that much. Like the Falcons, I don't care as much. Like the Super Bowl was tough on me. The Super Bowl, that Super
I
Bowl loss
watched that
hurt.
one. I watched
That
that.
hurt me so much that I think I am now less of a fan because of how much that team hurt me that time. Like I was like more Falcons than I was Georgia at that time. And then that Super Bowl happened and it was rough. We don't even talk about it in my house. We are not allowed to talk about it. We have a friend that came over the other day and started talking about the Super Bowl, and me and my dad at the same time went, no, 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 no. We don't talk about it. And then he laughed so hard.
What's his team?
Well, he's a Falcons fan, but he's also a Bama
Oh.
fan. So he came over to watch the Bama game last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you also watch the Bama game?
I did watch it with him, and he was complaining because Bama was losing big time to South Florida for a long time.
Did they lose?
Bama's not very good this year, I don't think. You're going to have a couple losses
Did
this
they
year.
lose?
No, they won.
Oh.
They got out of there. And the record doesn't reflect because I know Bama are scoreboard watchers. But
I mean,
football fans get that. But anyway, Bama's going to lose a couple games this year. Anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. It seems like
What's up?
the reason that I like not make fun of you, but think it's so silly
Mhm.
that you want to be there for that game and you want to sit there and watch it because
Yes.
like me and G also talked about this. Your presence there does not affect the game at all.
Not at all. If anything, it hinders it.
You'll be trying to coach him from the sideline. Go, make this way, make this way. No, but like, that's why I think it's so absurd when you don't even want to talk to us on Saturdays.
Uh-huh.
You become a shut-in.
Yeah.
Like you turn off the outside world
He's
just
an-
to watch
he's-
this game.
Well,
He's an
also,
addict.
more of that is also due to college football itself. I love college football. It is more than just Georgia to me. Now, Georgia's my team, and I love them more than college football as a whole, but college football as a whole is literally my probably biggest or top 3 biggest passion in my life. I love it very, very close to family. I'm kidding, but not really. But yeah, it's like college football. I don't know, man. It just, I don't know the research. I don't know the brain patterns and all that stuff. But college football really speaks to me, and I have a really invested interest in watching it every week. And that's why I'm like Saturdays. I'm not on my phone a lot because I'm watching the TV screen. I'm watching the games. I watch 20, 25 games every Saturday.
That's insane to me. Are you one of the people that sit there and like flip between the channels? to
I
watch?
flip, but we have YouTube TV right now, so it's multicam, so you get the 4 box. So I'm watching
You
4
watch
games at
4
once.
How do you keep up with 4 games at once?
I've just gotten used to like the fact of like watching plays, watching 2 screens at once. I got a whole system in my head of like how to
Nice.
watch it, because my dad hasn't figured it out yet because he's 70, 100 years old, and so he's always mad when I have the 4 box on. But he's gotten used to it this season. But also, college football is a thing. Another reason why I love it is because me and my dad growing up, because there was a period of time, like as a young kid, I was really into sports, baseball. I even played soccer.
Played soccer?
I did for a couple of years.
You should've
Played with your
stuck with
cousin, by the way.
Which one?
She kicked my balls a few times.
Oh, whoa.
Are you serious?
Jesus.
No. I was
Oh,
on her
okay.
team though once. She actually picked me on the team, by the way. She picked me out.
She plays on scholarship now, so I mean,
She does do that. She was very good. Anyway.
the other cousin was also very good. Her brother.
Oh, okay. Anyway, my point was that I got out of it for many years, and it kind of, because of sports, I kind of unintentionally distanced myself from my father. Like, I didn't talk to him as much. I didn't hang out with him as much. So then when I got back into sports, mostly football, we actually sat there and watched games together. And it became more of like a whole family is sitting down watching the game. And I think that's where I found a bigger love for it, because I was like, oh, I'm not in my room constantly. I'm actually hanging out with my family, and I kind of lost that for several years. So I think that's why I have a vested interest in it as well. But it's also because it's awesome.
Yeah. You guys always, like, I know no one watches it because like, you'll just be watching it in the living room with your dad, and then and he goes, George just got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Some shit. Or
Yeah,
George
he
got a
has it on his
touchdown.
phone or whatever. Yeah.
Is he invested in the football or not?
Not as much lately. He's a bigger
I just
NFL
realized-
guy.
I'm sorry for saying both of their names.
I
yeah.
You don't know. I mean, you can put it together.
I
but
accidentally just forgot that we're on camera.
whatever. Yeah, you're fine. But anyway, so like, yeah,
Nice.
that's definitely a thing. That's definitely a part of it too. But
So
yeah,
you think it's more of a familial thing?
I think it's definitely a
As of
big
late.
part of it. I don't know if it's the whole thing, but it's definitely a big part
He
of
goes
it.
familiar, but it's fucking awesome.
It is awesome. So, yeah, I don't want to talk about college football so much on this one podcast, but yeah,
It's half of it.
it's a parasocial relationship. It's more extreme than most, but I'm not stalking people. So don't stalk people. Is my point.
I guess what we have to come out of this conversation with is not all parasocial relationships are bad.
It's
Yeah.
just when you take it too
different
far.
There's different tiers.
Yeah, when you take them too far.
The people that
and yes,
stalk
you're right. You're
internet
right.
personalities
Georgia,
online.
Kentucky shouldn't affect my mood. You're right on that.
But it will.
But it will. Yeah.
So we shouldn't shit on parasocial relationships
So-
as much.
I think what I'm learning is
Well, I think
let's,
should
I think we
specify
just
it.
yeah, you got to specify. I agree.
let's hope that Georgia wins this week if we want Austin to be happy again.
If Georgia, hold on, it's today, right? What time do they
It's
start playing?
3:30 because it's the game. No, sorry, it's 7. Uh-oh.
If Georgia wins,
It's either 3:30 or 7:30.
If Georgia
It's the game of the
wins-
week for ABC.
If Georgia wins, that means that the Dave Matthews podcast will not be in Austin's computer. So you better hope Georgia loses.
Yeah.
What would you want, Georgia to lose or Dave Matthews podcast?
Oh my god.
He's gonna say Georgia winning. He wants Georgia winning so bad.
Well, you got another season, Austin. We don't got another real live reaction.
I
Dave
know, that's
Matthews
the
podcast.
problem. That's the problem.
Austin's
He's so
greatest.
conflicted.
Austin's greatest dilemma.
Come back to me. Come back to me. I gotta think about this.
Sorry.
From the down a bedrock, there's a place of mount up history.
I do just want to say.
Let's get in the mic first.
I just want to say this is a really cool spot.
It
It
is.
is quite nice.
We got like a live audience.
We do.
We do.
Our
We
first
got
live
Turtle.
audience is
Turtles.
Go ahead and cancel me. I don't even care.
Turtles and
Shout out
Spidos.
Turtle.
Turtles and Spidos and Squirrels.
I love that you call him Turtle, but that's not his real name.
I don't know his real name, so
It-
I'm calling
I
him Turtle.
I forget the username, but it's something gaming.
Oh, isn't it Shark Boy Gaming? Is that
What are you
right?
talking about?
I think that's one of the names that he has. It's another like one of the.
Oh yeah,
It's the dude that goes like you know, calc.
Yeah.
Calc is slang for calculator.
yeah.
And,
Go
like,
and cancel me. I don't even care.
Yeah. I love you. His videos
We
are
should
great.
get Turtle on the podcast. Although I don't think he wants to reveal his face, so
No, I don't
maybe we'll
think
do
he
it like
would.
through Zoom or something.
podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
We
got
all do
turtles, we got
VTubers.
ducks, probably some fish. It's like some white family just came by.
It stole
looking,
all the
looking
fish.
for fish.
They're gonna come out with just a smorgasbord of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet
I
spot.
never thought I'd use smorgasbord in real life. It's the first time I've ever.
It's a great saying.
It is a. I never thought I'd use that. I'm glad I used that on camera.
Okay, what's your other topic?
Yeah, what you got?
So, last spring semester of college,
Sure.
I worked on a capstone set for film school.
And for the
Capstone-
audience, yeah. Sorry.
I go to a film school, and Austin's gonna be joining me hopefully soon. Hopefully soon, if he finishes
Oh, by the way,
his paperwork.
by the way, real quick update. They haven't moved in yet. Last time we said they were gonna move in.
We're
it
not
was the
going to.
anniversary pod.
It's
oh,
over.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
happening.
The dream is dead, but
The
he
dream
will.
is dead.
So between,
But we'll
I don't
move
know,
in
The king
close
is dead.
together.
like within
Yeah.
2
We'll
weeks.
be in the same area.
Within 2 weeks after that anniversary podcast, the dream was dead.
The dream was DOA.
So now the only thing that will happen is Austin's gonna move to what Oakwood or Gainesville?
Yeah, that
Somewhere
area.
around
That
there.
area.
I mean,
Go to
we're gonna be
UNG.
close though. We're gonna be like within
Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
15 minutes of each other.
He's gonna move.
We'll all be.
He's gonna move there. Go to UNG, and that's about it. They're not moving in anymore. We all will be until I leave, because I'm gonna be leaving back to Tech on January.
That's
but
true.
right now, soon in like a week, I'm moving to Duluth to like work in person for my job. But that's just an update. So we update because like everybody thinks Austin and Silas are moving in since
Who
the
is
anniversary.
everyone? All 30
the 70
subscribers?
the 70 people that watch the podcast.
Oh, true.
A lot of people.
But anyways,
Oh, so you be hating, bro. We
You
got
do.
we got motion.
Oh, we
got
do.
motion
We
coming.
have movement.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had emotional at 20.
Houston, we have movement.
13 views on the Chick-fil-A review as of last night.
18. I checked it this
18?
morning.
Fuck yeah.
3 likes, by the way.
There's-
I hope it.
really?
I hope it wasn't us 3.
I don't have it.
Oh
like
shit,
yet.
yeah, good point.
I hope it wasn't us 3.
So basically, back to what I was saying. I
Yeah.
worked on a capstone set, which means someone's final project they do before they graduate. This set, it was like 3 days long. I worked on 2 of those days, and the second day was an overnight shoot.
Holy shit.
That means that I got there at like 2 in the afternoon to like 4 in the morning.
Mm.
And that's a little bit of what would be considered overtime because 12 hours is normal.
Yeah.
But 14 is a little extra.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
called overtime.
I like to say my own free will because I wouldn't see it finished, personally. Obviously, if you're in this situation in a real job, prioritize mental health and stuff like that. That being said, it was super fun on this set. So much fun. But
Take a sip. Everyone, take a sip. Everyone,
drink water. Just like these cutie patooties
Just
should drink water.
drink your spit.
Oh, yeah.
That's disgusting. Anyways,
You do it all the time.
Yeah, you do it 24/7. It's constant motion.
no, hey, motion like that. It was about 5 in the morning. And I was talking to someone about staying up all night since they'd never done it before.
Oh, I remember now.
And we had that conversation. I was like, oh, if you've never stayed up the night, I think it's one of those things you just have to do in life.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
yeah,
it's one of
I
those
got
things
you
you
now.
have to do. You
Yeah.
need to see the sunrise after being awake for over 24 hours.
Or you could. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Because it's a very magical feeling that like you don't get to experience a lot in your life unless you're chronically online, which is also terrible.
You know, I've actually never seen the sunrise from just staying up all night because the only times I've stayed up all night,
Blinds are down.
what? No. Only time I've stayed up all night, I was in the city.
Ah.
I was like Midtown Atlanta, so you're not really gonna see a
Yeah.
sunset there. So
Well,
I
you-
remember. I
feel-
remember.
Sunrise, by the way.
Yeah, sunrise. Yeah, I remember like being in the library until like 6 a.m. and it was like I don't know August-ish, September. Kind of the sun starting to come up and it just slowly turned into blue instead of black. I didn't see any sunset or sunrise, so I haven't experienced that yet.
You should definitely experience it. I
Well,
think
we
it's
could
one-
have today.
Well, you kind of did. You kind of did get to experience
Yeah.
it. It's still very beautiful. It's a very natural transition.
I still think this. I know a lot of people don't like cloudy. I think it looks beautiful.
I think
I
this
don't.
is-
I don't mind.
I think
it.
this is
Yeah,
so
I would
good.
kinda like
I
cloudy.
think people hate
I-
clouds a bit much. Cloudy weather.
Yeah.
So, actually, a little pin note in my story about staying up all night, or not staying up all night. You'll learn. I went hiking, or walking, I guess,
Bro,
through
walked.
some property. The other day, and it was similar to this kind of weather ish, and it was very beautiful, and it gives you a very cool sense of like admiration. He heard us.
Our guest is slowly making his
Live
way.
audience member number 1.
Well, the turtles have been here,
Oh, okay.
and the spider.
I don't know if you can even see that. You know what? We're gonna do? Gonna film it and just gonna overlay the video real quick.
That's right. We're gonna put it in. You'll see him.
Thank you, Mark. But anyways,
Mark.
while he's doing that,
Send that to Mark.
Oh yeah. Mark.
there's a certain like admiration you get for being outside alone with like nothing more than maybe
With
music
men.
in your
Oh.
thoughts, and it's very cool. I remember I was walking, and if it becomes a video, since I record, so you're probably not gonna see this, but I saw a cow skull, a clean picked cow skull, which was really cool.
Mhm.
And guess what? I immediately saw 20 seconds after that. I saw 2 coyotes out in the clearing.
Meh.
I was backed into a corner.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
was
you
such.
were?
I was because
Yep.
the way that this property was set up is they had like recently terraformed some land, so they threw all the dirt in one area, and the way that it was built up made it like a natural wall. So
Yeah.
unless I climbed, I wouldn't be able to get over it.
Could you have climbed it easily?
No,
Okay.
Can I just
it's
mention one
still
thing?
kind of wet and muddy.
So Silas mentioned this because it came up somehow. He mentioned this to us on the drive here.
I
And
did.
during the drive, he was like, "I wasn't gonna die," and then now he's like making it sound dangerous.
No, it does. I hope it doesn't sound dangerous. I'm not. I
Well,
wasn't
it
gonna
does
die.
because you said you were cornered by a pack of, or not a pack,
No,
but
it was two.
two coyotes, and there was a wall that you couldn't climb over. To anybody who's like a normal human being, you'd be like, "Oh, damn, that sounds dangerous."
Well, it wasn't dangerous.
oh, well
So
then-
first off, because
No, they were throwing up gang signs. We're all good.
oh shit.
Don't actually do it. Jeez.
Sorry.
Mark, cut that out.
That was funny. It'd be
Don't
funny
do
if
that
you leave that in.
That would be fun.
Sorry, habit.
Tap it?
No, what?
dude, this
Come on,
is terrible.
man.
Sorry.
Anyways, but so me and the
Caught myself before it was too late.
Did you?
We don't
I did,
condone
I think,
gang
kinda.
violence.
No, I don't.
We don't condone gang activity.
That's gangs.
What?
You're doing that.
Oh,
We don't condone gang activity.
No, not at all.
Listen to Kendrick. He
But
says
also,
no- he
if
says-
you are a part of a gang, we're cool.
yeah, we're chill.
But if you're not, we are not cool with it.
Listen to Kendrick. No killing. No black on black violence.
No.
No violence in general.
Well.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Well, except for the coyotes.
No.
Oh.
Well, you didn't let me finish my story.
Here's the scar. No.
I was prepared to engage in fisticuffs with
See,
said.
and here's my problem with the story.
You haven't let
He
me
keeps on
finish.
posing it as
You
like a
keep-
dangerous. I'm about
You
to
don't
die.
let me finish the story.
I'm
and you'll
sorry.
always get on to me for that.
Well, because it's funnier. Go ahead.
All right, as I was saying, I didn't think I was gonna have to fight, but if I did, I was prepared to. See, he's already saying this. He wants to interrupt so badly.
I do.
He wants to interrupt so badly. But I shared not a passing glance. I shared a glance with these coyotes before they split apart and ran away.
Yeah.
And
Just picture
There's so
Rocky
much-
2 in your head.
there's a lot of respect and admiration for nature that you have in those moments like that. And I was a little bit more cautious, I think, on my walk after that. I carried a big stick.
Well, then he picked one up as well.
Walk softly, carry a big stick.
Yep.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was really cool because it was weather like this. Now back to my other story.
No, we're gonna stop right there. This man just has like a kind of a parasocial relationship, if you think about it, with animals, because he wants to beat the shit out of them.
Jesus.
He does.
I do not.
Bears, coyotes. You just talk about beating up animals.
No,
You're like,
no,
I can
no.
win a fight.
You do
I
bring
do-
that up
I do think
even
I can-
with normal people. You're
Yes.
I can
like,
beat a
could
bear
I
in
beat
a
the
fight.
shit out of him? Could I beat
Yeah.
the shit out of him? I think I could.
Living creature?
Like Silas.
You want to go?
Silas. What is this innate urge to just beat the shit out of something? Like, you see that guy over there? Think I beat him in a fight?
Yeah.
Hey, you see that cat? I could fucking beat the shit out of
I've seen you tell someone that you didn't know that well that you could beat them in a fight.
No.
Yes, you did.
When was that? When
Down
was
at
that?
ABAC.
When was that?
I'm not gonna say their name, but
When was that?
when you went down there.
I want you to tell me my ear.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I want to hear it.
No.
Anyways.
Tell him after.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Tell me
after.
after.
You do have an innate urge to just
I think
be
most of that-
physically violent, but
Yeah.
you're never violent. You don't.
Not
like,
at all.
Like it's such a like black and white type of
Yeah.
contrast.
Is your inner thoughts just pure violence?
No.
But he just doesn't do anything.
No, he just
Well,
says.
it's mostly a joke. Like
Is
I saw it 8 times out of 10.
I feel like you
Okay.
genuinely considered if you could beat the animals or not.
I do.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
See-
definitely think if I could beat the animals, because like,
Because those coyotes.
especially with where I live, it's like I gotta be
Dude,
prepared for something like that.
Don't start. You act like you live in the bumpkins. What are you talking about?
I do live in the middle of nowhere.
No, you
Anyways,
don't.
back on topic.
There's
I
a
don't
town
wanna-
2 minutes away from you.
like 7, but okay.
You have street lights.
No, I don't.
I mean, like
You
there.
don't have streetlights
No,
on the road?
no,
I thought you did.
no. We have one street light. It's in my
Oh,
driveway.
so you,
It's one in like 18 miles.
the
of
Bell
range.
family owns it.
yeah,
They own their own street light.
nice.
I wish. No. It's just a light we attach to a telephone pole that runs through our yard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just a big old flashlight.
Kind of. But anyways, so I think that I could seriously beat a bear in the fight. And that's about the only one I think I could.
He just thinks he can beat a black bear up. And
If
it's black for a reason. And
no, you gotta stop with that. You gotta cut that out. You gotta cut that out. Cut that. Cut
I thought
that.
that was funny.
Bleep it.
Mark, we'll talk.
Bleep it.
Um,
No, but if you'll let me continue without interrupting me for the
yeah, but it's
fourth
funny.
time.
It's funny to do it on podcast.
You see this?
I don't do it in real
You
life.
see this?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that is true. He does not do it in real
No.
life.
I'm just doing it on podcast because we're getting funnier
Typically,
commentary.
Silas
funnier.
interrupts me in real life.
On
That's true.
accident.
Yes, but constantly on
consistently.
accident.
We have a natural cadence that lines up.
Okay.
We have a natural speaking cadence that lines up sometimes.
No, I think it's the delay between the calls.
That
Yeah.
too.
More
It's
so.
all obvious.
Yeah, it's almost 100% that. We just blame you because it's funny.
Yeah. But continue on your story now that
Thank
Austin's
you.
rant is over.
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you. Which story was I on?
The bear one.
Bear beating. You can beat the shit out of a bear.
Yeah.
Bear beats Battlestar Galactica.
Boom, reference.
Drop it. Back to my
I already
other
did.
story.
I already dropped it. You didn't see me drop it?
Yeah, I saw you drop it. It was just processing in my brain, so I had to say it was the latency. It was the latency.
It's okay.
So back to my other story about being 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to drive like an hour home, 5 o'clock in the morning, right? From the capstone set, if you remember from earlier in the video, since someone got me off on a tangent.
You did. You started talking about beating up coyotes.
Yeah, that was true. You did bring it up. You were like, hold on. I got another story. You said pin in this story.
Yeah, pin.
Here's another one.
You literally put a pin in it. Pull the pin out. You have to pull the pin out.
You pulled
I
it out.
did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I did not see you pull that pin out. Pull the pin out. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
Now.
anyways, back to what I was saying about the capstone set. I was driving home and I was thinking about like that feeling you get when you stay up all night.
Mhm.
You know? And I was driving home. It was super duper foggy. I was driving down the interstate, super
Sure.
foggy.
Which one?
I-95.
Okay.
Wait, 985. Yeah.
No, 985. Okay.
The
Yeah.
bull.
I-985.
Yeah.
Up in North Georgia. I was driving on it for like 10 minutes before I had to get off of it.
Mhm.
So that's just where my turn was.
Mhm.
And it was so fucking... even with brights on, I couldn't see, for me, to the camera in front of me.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there... I was driving, obviously, but I was being very cautious.
Going pretty slow.
But it made me stop and think about life.
What a...
What?
I was going to sing What a Wonderful World.
Oh.
I try to cut people off because people tend to say that line a lot. And so you can kind of finish it with What a Wonderful World.
Yeah.
So I always try to do it. It's a
would've
little
fit.
bit I do. It's fine.
Go ahead.
He
Fourth time.
Yeah, it's on purpose. Every time.
Yeah, it's calculated, guys. It's calculated.
It is.
Because he's always
The
a step
brain.
ahead.
The brain is clicking. Yeah, I'm like 30 steps ahead. That's what
I'm
they say. They call me
32.
30 steps ahead, Dean. That's what they say. Yeah, anyway, continue.
I'm not gonna say that. And you know what song came up while I was driving home?
What a wonderful.
No.
That would be good.
Never Meant to Know.
Ah.
It's a
And-
banger.
That
It is.
song, I don't want to say it's special to me,
But
like,
it is. So
it
then say it.
has a place, like in my memories, because it's a song I would always listen to, in my last like 2 months of going to school at high school, and I always see it while the sun was rising. So while the sun was rising as I was going home,
Mhm.
it was like book ending that like I guess chapter of my life. I don't really want to
So
say it like that.
I see what you mean. So it ended, but it didn't end in your mind until that like you were like, oh shit, it's actually done. Like I'm on film
Yeah.
sets. I've been in college for a minute, but like it didn't
It
process
click.
fully until that song came on, and you're like, oh yeah, shit's over with. It's over.
Because that's what I always used to do
Yeah.
in the mornings.
Uh huh.
That was my routine. So I'm driving. I'm seeing the sun coming up the sky. There's nothing on the road. It's like a country road.
Yeah.
There's trees all beside me. Some pastures over there. You know, a gas station 4 miles back that away.
Yeah.
And a still grayness in the air that you could feel. You stick your hand outside, you can feel the gray, if that makes sense.
You grab it by the balls.
The humidity.
No, but like you
No.
walk outside and you feel the soft, sweet embrace of like cool fall air.
Yeah.
It's not too hot.
That was your first,
It's not too humid.
second year or first semester, second semester.
Second semester going there, second year.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is pretty recent actually,
Mm-hmm.
because you just started your third year.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
spring.
it
You
was
said spring. Yeah.
last
okay.
spring before I went back to camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was because it was still kind of wintry, but it was like coming out of winter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was like kind of fall weather is what I still call it.
Mhm.
But like it was kind of like this. It's a very like you only feel the wind. You don't feel the temperature.
Yeah.
The temperature is secondary to the wind,
Yeah.
like the feeling, the look, the sounds, the smell, everything. And it was so beautiful that morning that I just had to like I slowed down for like solid 10 minutes and just like drove very slowly and watched my surroundings as the sun was rising. And it's one of those unreal experiences that you don't get a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got home and I was very tired, so I was gonna go to sleep since I've already stayed up full night. So I don't think I need to do that anymore. And I got up, and I ended up waking up my roommate, which was really funny because he was like taking care of a dog, and the dog heard me, so the dog got up, so he had to get up, take the dog out.
Oh, okay. I thought
And-
what you did was like You get in, you open his door, and you go, "Hey, dude, wake up."
No, so I was
I'm home. I'm home.
What a dick move.
I was in the kitchen grabbing a drink of water since I didn't have any water, and he comes downstairs. He's like, "Oh, good morning." The dog woke
Oh,
up.
good morning, dickhead.
I gotta take the dog out. When did you get back last night? He asked me what time I woke up this morning.
Did he sound that pleasant, or was he pissed?
No, he was fine.
Oh, okay.
The dog was already awake. I think.
Oh.
The dog just wanted an excuse to get out.
Mm.
So it used to me. And it was very interesting explaining to it. It was very funny. I was like, "Yeah, man, I just got home like 10 minutes ago, you know?"
Mm.
And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got home 10 minutes ago." He's like, "Oh my gosh."
What major is that roommate that you're talking about?
Engineering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those babies, they just go to sleep whenever they want. They just finish their little worksheets.
Well, I
and
think
just
he
go
had
to
a
bed,
test
don't
later
they?
that day.
Yeah.
I think he had a test later that day. So he was studying last night and went to bed kind of early, so he had brain power to do well on the test.
Surprised,
Gotta make sure what crayon to use.
I've only ever pulled like 3.
I don't know why I'm shitty. Well, I know why I'm doing it, but I just think
I've
it's
only
funny I'm
ever
shitting
pulled
on them.
like 3 all-nighters for engineering.
Yeah.
It's really not. If you manage your time well, for
Yeah,
anything,
exactly.
it's not that big of a deal.
I've
well-
done a lot for... Never mind, I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna say something. I don't know.
I did a lot
I'm not
for
gonna say it
my
on podcast.
I've done a lot for my agricultural. I've done a lot for my ag school. I stayed up super
Well,
late.
yeah, I had to do it a lot
I talked
for...
about plants.
I had to do it a lot for 60
remember,
seconds,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember you like just randomly sending me a video of you and someone.
Wow,
Yeah,
you didn't send those to me?
No, because he was trying to get me jealous. When he moved
Yeah.
to ABAC, he was trying to get me jealous by showing that he was a
A friend to all.
no, not a friend of all, but like working with another Mexican. He said.
Yeah.
And
I kept making the joke that I was replacing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why he sent it to me. But like
Yeah.
he was up until like 3 a.m. and then at 7 he sends a picture of him in a suit and he's like, look perfectly normal.
Yep.
Like I slept a full night's sleep. Because I was always saying how like I need like 7 hours to function. He's like, give me 3.
Yeah,
I'm good.
It's not healthy, but
I agree, but he can do it.
I can do
I
it.
can
don't
do
know
it
why.
too.
I don't know. It's insane.
I can do it too.
So
Well, no one's attacking him.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
you
stop attacking me.
can't.
Stop attacking me.
I'm just saying
I'm
that
just focusing on him.
that night in particular was really interesting to me because we did stay up that whole night, and then it was, oh hey, you got to do a show in an hour, and I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, so I went and got my stuff, put the suit on, and I was like, okay, I have to be like awake for this.
Power
Like,
nap.
no, I didn't go to sleep at all. I was like, I need to stay awake, and so I was like, what can I do? So I started doing like high kicks before it started.
In a suit.
In the suit, yeah. Oh, I didn't have the jacket on, but that was it. But I had the, I was,
Pants.
and so I did that like 5 minutes before. So I don't know how anyone would ever see this other than the people that saw it then. But I'm wondering now if you could see the, you got time. I wonder if you could see the fatigue in my face at all. I don't know.
Go back and watch it and see.
Yeah, but also like, there was a lot of nights. I did get sleep. That was the only time I didn't get sleep before a show. But there was not a lot of sheep. There was not a lot of sheep counting during that time span of my life.
During the 60 seconds.
During the
era.
60 seconds era, yeah.
Damn.
For several reasons, but yeah, we're not gonna go into it.
ABAC lore.
ABAC lore, yeah. Maybe one day we'll talk
But-
about it. Talk about it all. The
I
history.
just think that those experiences like that are something that's like, it's very,
It's a story.
it's a story. It's
Yep.
it's a very like uniquely shared human experience. I feel like as well.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of difference in the world. I think that goes without saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of divide and difference and like,
Yeah.
But I feel like it's such a human experience to stay up all night that like almost anybody can relate to. That's why I say that everyone should do it.
Mhm.
Is to have something to relate to other people about. You could have nothing to relate to someone about, but you could be like, "Hey, man, there was one night I stayed up all night and saw the sunrise. Did you do that? Did you do that too?" And most people say, "Yeah, man. Wasn't that great? Wasn't that beautiful?"
I think it's
I
just.
don't know about. I don't know about everybody. Like I don't know
Yeah,
about most people.
I feel like most people get sleep.
probably aren't going to do that.
Yeah, but like when they were younger, it's like a childhood.
I don't know, dude.
I don't
I
think
really
so.
don't think so. I think it's the few.
I think it's a great experience.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a great experience, but to be honest, I don't think it's very common, especially for older people, like older generations, because now, like, what were they gonna do back then? Like now, if I stay up, I'm doing schoolwork. Like
Yeah.
I've just stayed up
they
just to stay
just
up.
like they probably just have gone to bed like the latest like 2 a.m. So, but yeah, I mean, like, I think it sounds dope, and if you can find somebody to talk about it with, then it'd be pretty dope conversation.
I think it's more just to tell a story.
But also, I think it's especially special for you because of your high school days, of you driving.
Yes, yes,
So it's
sure.
especially special for you.
It's mostly just that, like, sunrise part that was special. But
Yeah.
the whole act of staying up, I think, is a very uniquely human
And,
experience
like,
because you have to confront a lot of things while doing it.
Everything's so quiet, and like, it just the vibe of like being up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. It's different.
Yeah, it's a uniquely human thing. Not like other animals can do it, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not the same. It's a very uniquely human
Well-
feeling to have.
Well, it's other. I kind of feel it is like otherworthy in a sense because
it's-
it's like you feel
No, yeah, you
weird
do feel like
because
you're in another world.
Yeah, because it is. It is.
The entire, I
You know?
guess, the entire, not aura, but like
Yeah.
I love how as soon as you said
the entire atmosphere is just completely changed at 5 a.m. It just
Yeah.
is. Oh, bro, have you ever been McDonald's 5 a.m.?
creatures come out.
Oh.
Mama's texting me. You can keep talking.
So yeah, was that all you had for that topic?
I mean, kinda, yeah. And it's supposed to be even me yapping this time.
That's all right.
It's been you two. You guys are pretty.
I know this is the
predominantly-
first time I was a yapper.
Well, don't worry. We'll cut and we'll give you something to talk about.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh,
So
We'll
thank
be
you.
right back.
You just gotta go out there and grab the bull by the horn.
Literally, in your case.
He's like, I think that bird gave me a tough fight, but I think I could.
Oh, look.
I think I could pull through.
Look, all I'm saying, and you can keep this as it's recording.
Well, you got to get in the mic so I can hear you.
All I'm saying that if it comes down to it, and it's me or the bear,
Yeah.
it's gonna be me.
Okay.
Who was made in God's image?
I think everything.
True. Actually, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, literally
Your point
everything.
just doesn't-
Your point made no sense.
I
You'd tie them.
I was born.
Y'all do the
to
same amount
conquer
of
this-
damage.
I was born to conquer this world, and I will not let a mere animal stop me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sally's Bell.
I was born to conquer the stars.
That's how we're going to introduce
Created
him.
equal in God's eye, but not in man's.
No, not in man's eye.
That's kind of hard.
That's
That's kinda hard.
That's, yeah, that's
I ain't gonna
that's
lie.
hardcore. Yeah. So write it down.
Okay. Okay. So,
Clip it.
guess what we have today, guys? We have Zaxby's, which we're going to probably right after. I
Probably.
got a $25 gift card that I got for my birthday.
You want to flash it?
Oh yeah, sure. Flashes my social security number.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to be careful.
Zaxby's. Why no? Oh shit. No, that's fine.
Mark?
Zaxby's, and then we might. We're doing Taco Bell instead of.
Yeah, we'll try
Jack's.
the gelato thing.
So-
No.
Are we still doing Jack's?
We'll do Jack's.
Oh,
We'll just try the
we're
gelato
passing by
thing at
both.
Taco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Zaxby's.
So we don't have to come
got
back to Kelly's.
Gelato Taco Bell, Baja Blast, I
Yep.
think is what it's called. And then we have a Jack's review
Yep.
today, which you probably don't even fucking know about it. unless
Maybe.
You
you're
will
in,
maybe.
after this.
Unless you're in a rural town in Monticello.
Or you hate yourself.
You know, my roommate actually has a Jack's in his hometown of rural, what's it called? Camilla.
So either
Camilla,
it's a
Georgia. I think
Camilla?
it's close to Tipton.
Camilla?
Yeah, Camilla.
so
More of a
for,
Trump guy person.
For
What?
That's how, like,
Camilla-
I've heard a lot of people say, Camilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I was making a political
So-
reference.
basically about Jack's. Either you're in a rural place or you hate yourself
Yeah.
to go to a Jack's.
I like it though.
We'll see.
We'll
see.
find out.
Alright,
We'll find out.
But yeah, and then we also have a midnight snack, so we're gonna try to record, and then a album review.
Yep.
which
Dave Matthews Band.
which hopefully won't replace the Dave Matthews Band. When is that coming out? Is that coming out this Friday?
Supposed to be this Friday.
Awesome.
Let's
So-
hope.
If not, we may have to do a Zoom thing. We'll see.
All right. Yeah, hold on. This Friday, oh shit. Oh wait, this Friday I'm like very busy. So
No. I'm not saying record it. I'm saying
Oh.
if we wanted to come out Friday, we're gonna have to do something on Zoom like tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday. Something like
okay, yeah. But cool. So we got schedule full of stuff. We woke up at 6 a.m. I woke up at 6 a.m. So I was probably woke up earlier. What time did you wake up?
5:45.
5:45. Bro, you texted me as soon as you woke up. I'm not. You said I'm on my way. And I'm like, I thought you were
I
on
said
the
I'm
road.
up.
I have a fun game.
So
When'd you go to bed?
It was a big issue because my brother came and visited last night. But I made the executive call to go to bed at 11.
11. When'd you go to bed?
uh,
Because you texted me way later than you should have.
either 1 a.m. or 1:30.
I
One
went.
of those two.
I was 2:10.
Damn.
Yeah.
What time did you wake up?
Oh, I'm
6:30.
You shouldn't glorify your unhealthy lifestyle.
You said 2:30.
Yeah. No. I woke up at 6:30. I went to bed 2:10ish because
Oh.
I went to pee at 2:00.
We were pretty close because I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
1:30 but woke up at 6 a.m. So about
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
you got-
yeah.
I think you got 10 minutes over me, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't glorify your
I'm not
unhealthy
glorifying it. I'm
lifestyle.
just genuinely letting them
Just
know
doing
that
stats, man.
this is the energy we have.
Anyways,
We'll
yeah.
see what happens by midnight snacks.
Anyways,
I will be fine.
so this is a slightly more serious topic, but I don't think serious enough to be in midnight snacks.
Okay.
So like, as Austin was talking about football, and he said it's one of my top 3 passions, I looked off into the distance for a solid 30 seconds and thought, what the fuck are my passions? And then, what are your passions, Alex? Because like I know film, right?
But
I don't
is
really-
it
like to me like religion? I kind of like. I mean like extracurricular passions. You know what I mean? I get religion as like an extracurricular thing. It's like not academic, but I mean like just ignore religion. Like
no, I
I'm
get
talking about
what
like
you- I get what
sports
you mean.
or
Yeah.
like film. Like Austin has like sports and media. You have media, but like what else? Because
I love
when he
the
said top
news.
3, and
I
then
love
I was
the
like,
weather.
what the fuck are my passions? Like I mean. I'm not really passionate too much about. I'm not passionate about anime. I mean, it's good, but it's not to the point where like
I agree with
I
that.
have
I
a
would-
parasocial relationship.
I would say you're passionate
just
about
working out. Like that's it.
Sure, but I would also say that, and we'll get to you, but I'm just saying for Gio, I think you're passionate about being successful. I think you're very passionate about that.
He's driving that bag. He going
yeah,
for that bag.
I was talking to my dad last
that
night about this.
bag.
I literally like. I think I told you guys like my goal by the end of like graduating at Georgia Tech, because we just got a welding station at the invention studio that
Yeah,
I
you told us
staff
about
at.
that.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, as soon as I can fucking learn how to weld, I'm welding. I was like, I'm woodworking, welding. I'm learning plumbing design, HVAC design. I want to learn robotics. I want to learn manufacturing as well. I just want to learn how to do everything, coding, electronics,
Yeah.
so that I can build anything I want.
Yeah.
So now that you mention it, yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about learning and just trying to
'Cause
do
I-
everything myself.
Because I wouldn't say you're passionate about Georgia Tech or you're passionate about
I don't
engineering.
give a fuck.
I think you're passionate about being successful in life.
Yeah, there's just the means to my
Yeah.
eventual
You're
success.
passionate about the accumulation
Accumulation.
of knowledge and power.
I've literally said before,
Power.
I've said before, like there's some math classes that I'm never gonna learn as an engineer while at Tech, but even after I graduate, like I want to learn them in my free time. And again, I want to learn how to. I'm gonna study mechanics, like being a mechanic for 2 years after I graduate, like from Tech, just to see how far a mechanical engineer can get in being a mechanic. And like I'm also gonna learn how to be a plumber and then like electrician. I'm gonna speed run all. I genuinely want to like learn everything. Like
We have a plumbing issue. Hey, Gio, please.
Hey,
please.
Gio.
because I'm gonna be learning plumbing design very soon. Like as soon as I go. So then, if you learn,
So I'm not paying.
So-
I'm not paying for a plumber
so
anymore.
it's like, so it's
Are
like,
you?
so
Could
you
be
know
him
how
or my
like, you know
maid.
how like a mechanical engineer, you know how a mechanical engineer designs like a car, a mechanic works on it.
Yeah.
So, I had a roommate who was an electrician, and so because he was an electrician, plumber, mechanic, but electrician is more important for now. Electrician. So he studied electrical engineering, and it was super easy for him. The hardest type of engineering was in my opinion, was super easy for him. So I'm trying to see how it works backwards. If you know the electrical engineering, can you become an electrician in a year?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see that. So that's why I'm like trying to learn as much as I can. Also because I want to build anything I want. But
Yeah.
like that's my goal for the next probably like decade.
When
just
G-
fucking become plumber, mechanic, electrician, whatever the fuck.
When Gio's concert reviews ends, we get Gio's inventing beginning.
Geo inventions. But
He makes
so
a
we,
sign that says Austin, set me off, set me off.
yeah,
How did you convey that to people though? Because like
that you're like you enjoy being
like as a like you know how people go, oh, I'm into sports, I'm into
You're into
film,
learning.
like
you're into learning.
I feel like if I say that, I feel like people are gonna be like, that's a cop out answer, and then I proceed to have to tell them this 5-minute spiel.
Yeah,
That's
because
their fault.
I think the thing about like sports is like I'm not into tennis, so it's technically a cop out answer as well.
Yeah.
I just
I like
get away
tennis.
with
Say
it because
football.
society.
I like tennis.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like I don't
pretty
have
good.
much interest in tennis, but if I say sports, no one no one cares.
Yeah.
If I just say sports, they go, oh, okay. But yeah, you're right. You would have to have a more detailed answer.
I can't just be like, I'm
Yeah.
into learning. And they're
Yeah.
like, okay, learning what?
Yeah. So you got 2. Let's see if you can think of a third one while Silas explains his top 3 passions like you asked him.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Does that huge culmination of learning everything not count as more
I,
than
nope.
one?
Yeah, I think it
Not
counts.
at all.
I would count
Nope,
it as
not at all.
everything.
You got one more. Let's do it.
I don't know if I'm really passionate about anything. But
Really?
if I had to give an answer,
Music. Fuck.
music, yes, that's one for me as
Yeah,
well.
music.
Music, working out, learning. That's it.
Yeah.
My top 3.
Okay.
I guess it's obviously some type of like
You got
film,
that dog in him. You got that
film,
red
video
rock.
game media type of thing, but also just stories in general. I love the art of telling stories.
Of telling it?
Of telling stories.
Good
yes.
Outcast song.
What, telling stories?
The art of storytelling.
The art, yeah,
Banger.
it is an art
heard
form.
that
Part
song.
one. Part one.
I've heard that song.
I truly believe it's an art form. That's why I like going to things like national storytelling conventions with like my grandparents and old people, because there's
Only old people.
It really is only old people.
No, I know. I'm just saying that it's
For
funny that you're
example,
like just only hanging out with old
The
people.
one time I went to Tennessee, the first time I think I went to Tennessee, and like stayed in Tennessee, was with my grandmother. We went to the National Storytelling Convention. It was one of the coolest experiences ever. You just walked around all day and listened to old people talk. But it was so interesting to hear the stories they told and to hear their life. Humanity is so interesting to me.
You're
It's
passionate
such-
about. You're
passionate about people, I think, and their stories, and the way
Yeah.
they think, and the way.
Bro, that's a banger answer.
Yeah.
Like,
I-
because people typically name objects, right, when they talk about
I'm so
or ideas, but you went people.
I'm so
Yeah.
interested in the concept of humanity and what that means, and nature itself.
Yeah.
The whole Earth, really.
I-
I know it gets more and more wider, but like you heard how I went on a whole spiel like last segment about nature and how beautiful that was
Yeah.
for me.
No, I
I think it's because the dog launched to the other one.
Yeah.
I think it was Rottweiler, Pitbull. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, they're hanging out.
But it's
It's
just there's such a passion and beauty, and I also like trying to understand people's reasonings for things. Like, if I see someone who's really dedicated to something, I want to go, hey, why are you so dedicated to that? Why does that interest you so much? That's why I ask you a lot of questions. That's why I enjoy hearing you talk about football. It's not the fact that I like talking about football.
Yeah.
It's to hear your passion. I like hearing people's passion. And I don't know if that's like, if it's me like forcing passion, trying to gain a passion from someone else or not. But for example, I'll give you a really good example. I've recently become like really engrossed in a game called Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a very, very, very character-driven game.
Is it very visually good?
It's
Do you
very
like it?
pretty.
Awesome.
No,
It's
I know.
one of the
Because he
best.
brings
It's one
it
of the
up
most
on-
visually appealing games I've played in a while.
Yeah.
Even on the lowest settings, it's so cool. But to see these characters change, progress, grow through such a diegetic world, everything in that game is diegetic. Even actions such as like looting a body in the game, you have to physically go up and like search their pockets and stuff.
So you would say that the reason that you're into film is because you want to be a part of stories, whether
Yes,
you're
I
creating
want to
them
tell
or
the
you're
stories.
helping. You want to help tell stories to people
Yes.
in any way that you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just love stories.
Yeah.
That's
I think it's a
why
good
like-
answer.
That's why I like writing poetry every now and
Rating
then.
poetry, it's good.
Writing.
I know.
I know, I slipped my tongue.
I know.
Writing poetry, reading poetry, taking pictures. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. It's just so visually encapsulating. It's like, it's incredible. A good photo will melt me. A good story will melt me. There's not really a way to put it other than that. I just love stories. And I know I don't have other two, I guess. You'd say music, because music is also a story, to me at least.
Yeah.
For example, that song I showed you the other day, "Mr. Shorty" by
Yeah.
Martin Rob.
Mr. Shorty.
Who is it by?
Marty Robbins.
Yeah, Marty Robbins. It tells a story, and I was like, it's pretty good, right? Because I could sit there and dissect. I could sit there and dissect that for a while. Like, I might not enjoy it, but in the end, I'll look back on the work I did and be like, wow, look at the story I was able to extrapolate from that. You know what I'm saying?
I think the point that we're getting out of this is that passions are about learning. I think that's what it's about.
What is sports?
It's about
have to do with
learning. You're learning
Learning
how
the game.
how people react
You know
in
what I'm
certain situations. You're learning people's mental stability. Can they handle a situation?
He's learning the
Your
quarterback
mental
call-outs. Blue 42.
Blue 42.
can
Learning to
you
be depressed for a week.
can you outsmart an opponent? Can you persuade somebody into joining a collective group of something for a bigger purpose?
I will say, chess, like you were talking about, like trying to outsmart your opponent.
Yeah.
Chess is very good at that. It's
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
very interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Because of that reason.
Yeah, I mean, football is basically a big chessboard. If you think about it, you have your pieces, and you need to know as a coach what you're going to do with these pieces to succeed. That's what it is.
Interesting answer. So
But I think it's all about
get into
learning.
chess then.
I think it's all about just like learning, and that's why something like money isn't a passion, because you're not learning anything with money. You know what I mean?
I think it's a shallow passion. Not that it's not a passion.
I don't think
but
it's a passion at all. I think there's something behind the money.
I think it'd be better to say the I guess the method that you get or that you use to get money as being your passion as opposed to money being a passion.
But the money isn't learning anything.
No, I mean, but like for example, if they're a roofer, they
Yeah.
could be my passion is roofing. And I think that's a more valid answer than money.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah.
I think the money is just simply, hey, I want to keep pursuing these passions. In order to do that, I need to have money. That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
Because if it's not our passion,
That's
To
been
fund
like
our passion.
that's been a growing kind of trend on social media with
Yeah.
the Sigma grind set.
The
And
Sigma
like,
grind
And
set.
what happens when people lose their passion?
I don't think you do. I don't think you lose your passions. Because
I don't think you lose your passions,
Yeah.
but sometimes you can lose the ability to even do them.
that's true.
And that's when they need money.
Like, here's an example. My dad, and I did not know this for a long, long time. My dad, he was an appraiser. Now he's an appraiser, and he works at a factory in Madison. So,
A house appraiser?
yeah. So, I had this discussion with him like 3 years ago. I just randomly asked him because I never thought about it. I was like, what did you want to do growing up? And he said, oh, I wanted to write sitcoms. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. He's like,
Talk about inherited will.
he's like, yeah, I always found it interesting, and I always sat and watched sitcoms, and yeah. And I was like, he was very fascinated with the idea of doing it. And then I was about to ask him, why didn't you do it? And then I was like, that's such a dumb question. He didn't do it because he wasn't able to do it.
Why don't you give him the ability to?
Well, he's like 100,000 years old now.
And
But I mean, if I
can't say, "Hey,
if
Dad,
I
that's
ever
right."
got in the stratosphere of doing that, yeah, of course I would let him do that. But it's a passion that he has, but he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't go out for it. He doesn't do anything like that because he's working a 9 to 5, and then he goes home to a family. He doesn't even have time to think about his passions. He doesn't have time to sit down and go, all right, let me write this. No. He's tired when he gets home.
Yeah.
He wants to eat a sandwich and go to bed. And I don't fault him for it. But I'm just saying,
Sandwich.
like, I don't think people lose their passions. I think people lose what Gio was saying. They lose the what would you say? You said it better than I could.
That dog's in the water.
Is it really? Oh, yeah.
Their ability to pursue their passions.
To pursue your passions, yeah.
Because like some people genuinely get fucked over and like
Yeah.
I don't know lose a leg if they
Yeah.
like soccer or whatever the fuck or like
Yeah.
fuck up their ankle like
Yeah.
permanently. Like,
So what do they do then? Who knows?
get a new passion, move on.
Become a coach.
Coaches don't play.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good podcast, I thought.
It was
Oh, well.
quite diverse. It was quite diverse.
well.
Football,
Very
passions.
filled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're
Learn.
Gonna,
always
we're
learn.
gonna go get some
Never
food.
stop
It is
learning.
currently 9:26 in the morning. So yeah.
Zaxby's is not open. I have no idea what we're going
Probably
to do.
not. Probably Taco Bell. See if that's open.
Yeah.
Might have to wait a little bit, but we'll see ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See? The other one's trying to get one. See? He's trying to get some.
Weird that you're thinking about animals having sex, Austin.
It's not like I'm picturing the whole, like, process. I'm just
Yeah,
going
there you
ahead and
are.
funny that, well, now I am.
You're evil.
I was in my head before you rudely interrupted my thoughts. I think there's
Of
3 up there.
animals having sex.
Wait, what did you
I
say?
didn't think
How
about
dare you
that.
rudely interrupt your thoughts. I love that I got that on audio too.